Hello everyone and welcome back to Dueling Park News. My name is Chase and we are here again at Universal Orlando Resort for, guess what? Hollywood Drift. And just like weeds in the summertime in Florida, this track keeps growing and growing every day. I mean, if we zoom in right here, we have a new banked turn going around with some new track placed. And it looks like we may be getting some more track later today, but there it is right there. There's the infamous spike top. Also, I apologize, I left my sunglasses at home, so if I face the camera towards me and I'm squinting, it's because I can't see. Well, before we head over to the Hard Rock for our lovely view inside the construction, I just spotted, if we zoom in, the maintenance bay finally has track in there. Now, it might be a little blurry to see. We'll go back there eventually, but check that out. We do have track in the maintenance bay. And it looks like they are just holding off on finishing the spike currently. This could be due to just track placement. They want to go ahead and get this bank turn done. You know, we don't know their logic, but hey, we still love to see track being placed over here, and maybe soon the spike top will go up. Now, what I haven't filmed earlier was the pop-up FIFA World Cup celebration in CityWalk, but they do have little food booths around areas of CityWalk now. And check this one out. Ooh. I wonder what kind of food and goodies will be in here. And this is outside the NBC Grill and Brew. It does not appear that we have the new white paint scheme on our arches yet. They have breached the sides like we saw in the last video. But as of now, the arch still remains its classic gold color that we all know now. Check out this shot right here. We've got the globe facing Universal towards us. We've got what looks like the scorpion tail from the concept art of the Hollywood Drift in Hollywood, but it's not really a scorpion tail here, so it's still pretty cool to see it though. And before I head over to the Hard Rock, if we come inside the arches over here where the old pathway used to be, now it's blocked off because obviously the construction, we can actually see the spike in its entirety as well as the new track that's been added back there. And just look at that banked turn right there. You go up near that Hard Rock, that's going to make for some great views when you are eating upstairs on that second floor and seeing everyone drift and scream while you enjoy a cheeseburger. Now, the supports that are facing outwards toward us, they don't have anything installed on them yet, but that will be the catwalks like some of you have suggested in the comments of my videos. You can see now that they are like that tan face with all the bolt holes in them. Well, those will have more supports coming out of them for a catwalk, so if they ever have to evac or check on the track, boom, there you go, easy peasy. And then right here is where the LSM fins will be. They have not installed those yet, but you can see the placement of, like, I guess basically their units where they will be stationed. But more time to come. They'll come eventually. And that's going to shoot us up the spike like that. Boom, all the way to the top. And then back out into CityWalk on our way to the Hard Rock. Let's just take a look at this curve that's going to happen up here. Look at that. You will be drifting to the top and curving. Here is another shot of the new track that has been installed for the banked curve. It is right here beside the gift shop when you're walking up, and I love how the fence doesn't even cover it. You know, it's kind of just like, well, pay no attention to the track right here. There is no track. What track are you talking about? This is actually a really good shot. You see the bunny hop hill, the curved bank, and the spike. Heading up the steps, we do see that we have a bunch of staged supports still, as well as some of those track pieces like we saw from CityWalk. Over towards the bunny hop hill, we see some more support staged over there as well. And then I always like to look backwards towards the power station because we got the little mini supports that are up. Look at them, look how small they are, they're so cute. But we still have the footers over here that have the stakes spiked and no supports yet, but we'll get a better view once we head to the top. Look at how gorgeous this view is right here. Could you imagine people screaming by when you're just sitting up here, drinking, chilling, eating some wings and some burgers? They come by drifting, blasting some Tokyo Drift soundtrack. Oh, it'd be so cool. Okay, so we do have a lot of supports that are staged out here now, whereas last time we only saw about, what, 2? We have all of these over here, plus, you know, look, little sneak peek at the top of the spike right there. We'll get to that in a second. We also have some more supports over there. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I saw more supports staged back over there behind the power station. And of course, with this bank turn, you can see the metal strut sticking out of the track right there. There will be netting right here to prevent, anything from flying out or people throwing stuff from the second story up here, hitting the trains or other guests. But yeah, you'll see the netting go across right here. And if I had to guess, it'll probably be similar sprawled out netting like we see with sections of Velocicoaster and the Werewolf coaster over at Epic. And then of course over here is where they staged all the, the infrastructure supplies for all the drainage, things for the coaster, but not for the track itself. We do have some bricks right here. Wonder if those bricks will be used for the power stations, Well, it'd be nice to see some decorative theming in the middle of the track. And shout out to Dylan with Park Obsession for showing me that the bolts are not fully tightened on the supports yet. That's because they need to do, keep on construction with it. They may move around a little bit and then finally tighten them up when they are good and ready. And they will have to add those concrete seals to the bottom of it as well. And before heading to the back of Hard Rock, I always like to pan over the bunny hop hill. You can see the curved bank track right there as well. And then up towards the spike. And then over here where these little stations are, you can see how close the supports are going to be and the track is to the middle of this all. I mean, it's going to be right up on top of these little stations. And if you look closely, following with this track layout, there's going to be some sort of element right here, if I had to guess. Possibly some like little inversion, but yeah, it's just crazy how close you get to the actual station. And once we get back towards the back over there, sorry if my hand's shaking a little bit, I'm so excited. You'll see the direction of travel is coming this way. So, you're going to come this way. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try that again. You're going to come this way. You're not going to hit those that are close to the station. You're going to hit this guy. And then you're going to hit little small support that I love so much. It may be Saturday, but we still have some construction crews out here. But like earlier, we can see the direction of travel is showing up on these support columns. So if we zoom in just a little hard to see. We're going to be flowing this way. We're riding, we're screaming, we're drifting, hopefully. We're going to ignore those. We're not passing those or on top of those yet, and we're heading back towards that way on those little tiny supports over here. And say hey to the construction worker. And hopefully doing like some cool inversion or something, I don't know. And over here in front of the supports and stations that I've been talking about, we see that we have all this conduit staged, and check it out. The firebox has moved over into this location now. Beforehand, it was all the way over there, pretty much where the spike is, and they have moved it over here. And for those who don't know, this is like some hazardous material that they don't want, to be flammable. They keep it in a protected, sealed box, so if it catches on fire, they can just, it's just in the box itself. And there's our lovely fire extinguisher. Well, I think it's about time we head into Universal Studios Florida to go check out the main entrance area as well as the Stage Plaza area to see if anything's been changed recently. I know there's a bunch of Minion stuff in there, but we're talking about Hollywood Drift. We don't want to see the Minions yet. And before heading in, I got to say goodbye to the Spike Top. I hope it comes up within the week because it looks so cool, looks so gnarly. We're going to be spinning going up to the top. All right, as I head into the plaza area of Universal Studios Florida, check out this view of the Spike. So I'm just standing right here, and just look at how cool this shot is. We don't have any buildings obstructing this view of the Spike from right here. And possibly not once this attraction is finished. So we'll be partying right here with woohoo, Mardi Gras, yeah, concerts, cool stuff. And then we'll look over here and just Hollywood Drift is just running over the ashes of Rip Ride Rocket. And I just realized that as I flip my hat around to block out the sun, this is not my Fast and Furious hat. So not only did I leave my glasses at home, I left my Fast and Furious hat there. It's been a bad day so far for me. So forgetful right now. We do have one new update over here towards the entrance area. So when they finished the patch job right here for the concrete, they pushed the walls back and they got rid of the Fast and Furious like Hollywood Drift black wall. Now we've got this new green wall, and it has all of the cars for the train advertised on it now. So you'll see here that we have Dom's Charger. Oh, you can actually see where they painted right there. They didn't finish painting it. That's kind of funny. But yeah, So they have the new posters up now instead of the black wall that was here with just the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coming 2027. So a couple of new things back here since the last time we were here. We have the siding extended now. So the last time we only saw one panel of that sheet metal. They've extended it towards this way. They haven't fully finished it yet. The second thing about all of this is on the opposite side, they've enclosed this area. So they're making progress. They'll close this up soon, hopefully by the end of the week or next. We do have workers out here working underneath the fire station facade. Looks like they were working on those supports right there where we saw the plastic wrap, which is still there, still visible. So maybe they're doing some good work. Previously, we had saw that they were doing roofing work. Well, it still looks like they are doing that now. All of these metal beams have been laid across. Looks like they'll be adding more. You see how there's a gap in between some of them? That's how they were last time, I believe, and they've added more of those cross sections in between them. So I would assume that's going to go all the way across like so once they are finished. And again, hopefully that'll be by the end of the week or next. Well, over here where the crane is positioned, we can see that some of these supports have been added back there. And if we look really closely, it's hard to see. You can see some of the silver track has been placed on that as well. So this is all recently added since the last video. There you go, you can kind of see it right here in between the green and the blue supports. So the green construction wall, that blue support back there, you can kind of see the silver track. Maybe if you squint hard enough, you can see it. Not much has changed right here with the little switch track area. We see that the cover is still on it and the track is still in that position. They do have a ladder right there, so maybe they've been doing some stuff, but nothing entirely new. And here is one last look at this area. Maybe soon they'll move this giant crane so we can take a look at the track in its entirety again. Before I head over to Supercharged for the, the annual video ride, we do have some new interesting stuff that's not Hollywood Drift related. We have some lights up for Halloween Horror Nights. Now I know this tree's blocking the shot, but you saw it over Jimmy Fallon. If we turn around back towards New York, we can zoom in and see all these lovely lights that have just been added and more around the park. There are truss and other stuff up for Halloween Horror Nights. Guys, guess what? There is some good news. Depending on who you are, could be bad news. Supercharged is open today. We've missed this the last 3 videos because they've been closed or down the whole day. So let's go through the queue, see if there's been any new changes, and let's give it a ride. It has been some time, but if you recall from my older videos, 2 of the cars have been removed out of the queue. One was right there. The other was all the way over here where the Mona Lisa is now staged. And that's because this queue actually gets used for Halloween Horror Nights. So they actually pulled the Mona Lisa out this year to stage it. So, guests have something to look at, maybe take pictures of. But yeah, we'll get over there in a second to show you where the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, no, I'm sorry, not Hollywood Drift, the Halloween Horror Nights queue is staged. Oh wow, it's no longer black curtain anymore. It is a garage door. So this was black curtain right here separating the Halloween Horror Nights queue construction versus the Supercharged queue, and it was just, like I said, like a black scrim, and now it is gone. It is a more profound garage door. Now over here in Central Park, we do have a bunch of Halloween Horror Nights construction going on. We've got some truss up, we've got some lights up, and we've got some stages up. Now last year, this is where the Crazy Cat Lady was, which was one of my favorite scare zones, so I hope this one can top it, and if they already have the stage out like this, maybe they will be building around it to make a cool new facade, like the Crazy Cat Lady's house. Now we have some very interesting truss out here, like the 7 shape right there. We also have some very tall truss for the lights. And this is always a good scare zone too, because it's in the shade, it's very tight, and you can get some really good scares. And this is where all the kids and the turned into cat kids would jump out and scare you. For those of you that like the Odyssey and are willing to go see the new Odyssey by Christopher Nolan, it looks like we have the Trojan horse being built over here at the entrance to Central Park. I hope there's no warriors in there hiding. That's actually really cool. This looks really good. I think I could fit in there. I could fit in there and camp in there, and then at night come around and just hang out in the park. Oh, here is a much better view of it. Look at how big it is. Oh, we could easily hide like 20 soldiers in there to infiltrate the Universal Studios Florida campus. Well, as you can tell, I've already headed out of Universal Studios Florida. There was not much else to report on for the Supercharged queue and gift shop, so I'm gonna head back up to the Hard Rock now and take one last look at the construction. And here is one last look of all the lovely banked curved track we have added now. We have the supports, we've got the top of the spike. We've just got so much staged and going on over here at the CityWalk portion of construction for Hollywood Drift, and it's just really cool to just watch it all come together. I'm gonna wrap it up for me here today, folks. I appreciate you following along and liking these videos, and if you enjoyed them, let me know which part you enjoy the most. Is it the spike? Is it the bunny hop hills? Or is it just watching the construction take place? I love to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of it. And like always, thank you for watching, thank you for following along, and I will see you in the next update video.